Twitter that I read was, why would we take Isak from Newcastle when we need Newcastle to beat Liverpool? And I was like, wait, what?
Exactly.
Yeah.
The
I
fuck?
also
Exactly.
thought
If
the asking
they beat,
price with.
wait,
I'm sorry. Go
what?
ahead. I thought you were
No,
finished.
it's just stupid.
I heard the asking price for Isak is over 100 million. You know,
Yeah, he's around about
and that's
150
to
mil.
deter Arsenal from making a real bid for him, because Isak has been linked to Arsenal for quite some time.
Well, he has been, yeah. I mean, in all fairness, we got Newcastle Tuesday night coming up in the cup, in the Carabao Cup. So but he's not gonna leave anytime soon.
You know
Isaac.
what? You know what? Speaking of which, Anthony, if we truly are the masters of the dark arts,
Yeah.
I think the day before the Carabao Cup semifinal, we put in a bid for Isak that we're not going to pay, we put in if they're asking 100 million, we put in a 98 million pound bid just to fuck with their heads. And 1 penny just to fuck with their locker room. Like, if you're talking dark arts, let's do the fucking dark arts.
Yeah. Why not?
Or just put it out in the news that Arsenal are planning immediately after the Carabao Cup to offer Isak 120 million pounds, or Newcastle 120 million pounds for Isak. I mean, if we're the masters of the dark arts, let's fuck with them,
Hey, can we get rid of all of this Arsenal talk now so I can bring somebody else in?
Gary's itching right now. All right, John, you're the director, my friend.
All right, John. Bye-bye.
Just bring everybody in.
Can't wait for that guy.
I think
Gary.
John's tree is still on a wonk. He's still on a wonk.
Yeah. What?
John's tree.
John's tree?
Yeah. He's on a wonk. He's on a. If you look behind him, his Christmas tree it was leaning that side. Now it was leaning the other side. I've noticed that.
Because you know what?
Well,
I did try to change it, but it's in two pieces. So screw you, Anthony. I'm blocking you.
So it's kind of like Igor in Young Frankenstein's. It's his hump,
right?
It's your hump, but to me, I'm not. What hump? I don't know. Yeah.
All right. So, Gary, what are your
sir.
thoughts on this Cunha Arsenal talk right here?
So hello, Mark Anthony.
Oh, hello
chat.
as well.
Hello,
Mark
hello,
Anthony.
everyone.
Yeah, guys.
Oh, Mark Anthony.
Yes.
Yeah, Mark Anthony.
Cunha, huh?
I'm gonna while you're talking, I'm going to try and refresh my
All right.
Gary, just to bring you up to speed, we're talking about the latest Arsenal rumor about Cunha coming to Arsenal in the winter break. Also, rumor of Wolverhampton trying to sign him to an extension to maybe make it a little kind of force Arsenal to sweeten the pot if that's what they want. Would you want him, and what is he worth?
I would want him. Yes. I'll say Happy New Year to you, Deborah the Zebra. And this is Britney Spears headset, I guess. Is that Premise Ghost? I don't know. But yes. Who the hell is Gary Howell? I don't know who Gary is anyway. So, Mr. Tom, I'll look for him next time. But yes, we definitely could play for us. And I believe he not only could play striker, but can play out wide a little bit, I think, as well. So, I mean, we need versatile, and I think he can do that for us. So, I think I saw that 45 mil is what you guys paid for him, and you would expect more from him based on the fact that he's top 10 in the league or top 5 in the league in scoring. I mean, I don't know what if you're looking for a CV, that's kind of what you want, right? So you're gonna have to pay a little bit for that one. So depending on if Isak is actually somebody they think they can afford to get, I would rather if I had a choice, I would rather pay the 150 and get Isak in January. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I know that sounds like a crazy amount, but if I paid 100 for Rice and I know I can get an Isak for 150, I don't think that's that much. It's a little bit more because it's January, so you're going to pay a little bit more. But he's the best striker available in the league right now, right?
Yeah.
If he's even available.
is that going to be a budget breaker for Arsenal? It's like 150. That's it, man.
They wanted to pay so much for Mudryk a year ago, right? And Mudryk is nowhere near Isak in terms of what you're going to expect from him and what you're going to get from him. So I don't know. If that's what the number is, that's what the number is. If Isak is not, if he's out of your price range, then Kuna is easily achievable then, all right? Because you're not going to get much better, I think, right now than him. Everybody else has question marks. Gyökeres, he's not been in the league, so we don't know. Sesko, I don't think, is even ready to come to a big team like Arsenal, you know. And Osimhen, they don't seem to want to bring him over, which I think is, you know.
Listen. Why? When will you goddamn Arsenal fans come to understand that Mikel Arteta, you all are in the market for a 20-goal, 50-goal striker. Arteta is not in the market for that. Arteta wants everybody scoring goals. I was telling Mark earlier, Arteta has been creating a team that will not fail because one major player gets injured, either in the front or in the back. He wants everyone, all of our back line, our center backs. They can all play left back, right back, carrots.
I thought that was just for me. What is going on? Why are you sharing the carrots around? I'm a little disappointed in you, John. You're like, that was supposed to be my thing. All of a sudden now you're giving it to everybody. Everybody gets a carrot. You get a carrot. You get a carrot. You get a carrot.
80 minutes of Arsenal talk. You know what I mean? It's just driving me nuts.
Do you hear what I'm saying, though? Arteta, the striker that we get will have to be somebody that plays our style. If we even get that striker, because you see what happened to City, where everybody was involved in everything they did, and they got Haaland. And when Haaland is scoring goals, they're incredible. But if Haaland goes on a cool streak, he doesn't track back. He doesn't, he's such a striker that he's not doing all the other things that Arteta requests from his players. That's why I see us signing a winger before we sign a striker. You may not like it. I'm just telling you the way it is.
Yeah,
I get that. Sorry, go ahead, Anthony.
Sorry, yeah, I get it, but in all fairness, I mean, it is nice to have a striker that can score 20 goals. I mean, look, we got Saka.
It's nice to have a Lamborghini too, but
I know, but trouble is though, I mean, without Saka being there, where's our goals really going to come from? I mean, there's rumors that Sterling.
What are you talking about? We have like the second highest amount of goals scored, second or third. Like we're up there in goals scored. If you look at the top goal scorers in the Premier League, you can click for 5 pages and you'll find 2 of them. You'll find Kai Havertz with 7. Wow. And Saka with 5. Saka's only scored 5. When people are saying where the goals coming from, Saka doesn't score those goals. He scored 5.
But in all fairness, Havertz, he's on a goal drag at the minute. It's only just because Jesus had just picked up scoring. Obviously, he scored 5 goals against Crystal Palace.
Havertz
1 goal against Brentford, but
he scores every other game. Havertz.
Yeah, but it's like what I said. It's nice to get more goals. Martinelli. I mean, obviously, he, in my opinion, he's been poor. He's had a poor 18 months at Arsenal.
So where have all these goals come from? John, you have the list up here somewhere. Goals for 38 goals. We've scored 38 goals. We're tied for the 3rd most.
We've lost, we're losing
Where
games because we don't score enough.
From, then?
We're losing games because we don't score enough because we're not clinical. We've been shut out in games, right? How is that? If you're talking about we're so well-rounded, reason why is because we're depending on people that aren't clinical, right?
That's more of a tactical thing to me, because if you had Erling Haaland just standing there in the box, those games where we don't score, it's because we're in such a low block against us and we've lost creativity. And your striker, your big number, 100 million pound striker is just standing there in the middle with nothing to do.
Yeah. No. Who on our team?
No, we don't have them. I'm just saying in a super low block like that.
Yeah, we had a big, strong striker. Guess what? When we put those crosses in there, guess who's going to be clearing out space and getting on the end of these balls, holding up defenders when they're on like that Newcastle game. That Newcastle game, any kind of a strong striker would have held up good on that back line of Newcastle with space and be able to make that turn and score. But Havertz is not that guy. That he's not that guy. That it was apparent in that game. All right, it was apparent in that game, and I was disappointed because he, if he just attacked the ball, we'd be all right. But I think we need to go out. I hear what you're saying, and I agree that Arteta does not want to wants people that are well rounded in all of this. All right. If that's the case, if you're looking at a Saka and you go, I need to put that on the other side, then why is Martinelli here? Why is Trossard here? Because they're not going to do that. They're not at that level, right? I'd rather have spent the money that you could have sold Martinelli for and Trossard for and get me another player similar to Saka if that's the case, based on what you're saying. But they don't do that. They don't do that, right? Right? Is Jesus can go a whole year and we're like he was done after he came back from World Cup, right? Has not come back yet until just recent, like this last week, right? And we didn't. And
let's be honest. Let's be honest. Everybody's like
the least amount of money on our attackers. Why?
He's got those in 3 games. Like
yeah. So it's not really
not like he's back.
It's not a yeah. We don't even know how this is going to play out. But for me, when you spend no money, like I think Arteta he's defensively sound. Most players that he's put on the defense, it doesn't matter who they are, have performed, right? Or if they're out of place, he sold them. On the attacking side, what does he do? Oh, you can't score, you can't shoot, you can't do this. I'm going to hold on to you. Yeah, you go. I got the carrots. Yeah. But like, so for me, this is yes, it's an Arteta thing. But dude, if you're as ruthless on the back with your defenders as you are with your attackers, we should be so much better. Why can't they do the same thing? I don't understand why there's rules for the back line, but there's no rules for the front line in terms of how we do our recruitment. Makes no sense to me.
No, you got a good point. And listen, I understand that. I understand the want and the need for a full-on striker. I'm just saying, seeing Arteta over the past 5 years, what he's building. I don't think he gives a shit what the fans are talking about. Like, oh, we're in 100 million for Isak. He's probably like, no, we're not.
But Sesko's not the answer, and that was our only option in the summer.
Did we? How in the world?
How in the world is Sesko your only option as an attacker when you're looking at your front line going? I've got Saka there. I don't know who I have as a center forward, and my left wings. I don't get it. Right?
Did we bid for him?
My understanding is we were definitely looking at him. That was the only option we had. Did we bid for him? I don't know.
Did we put in a bid?
I don't know.
Then no, we fucking weren't.
Who said? Did they say that? Did they say that we didn't bid? They said we didn't.
We were looking at him, but we didn't put the bid.
So we didn't even. So in that case, it's even worse. So we didn't even bother trying to fix our attacking line.
Yeah.
Guess why we've lost all the games that when we needed them, right? In the last 2 seasons, when we needed to make that, when the last 3 seasons actually, when we needed to make that jump into the top floor, when we needed to make that jump and finish off top of the table. Every time, what was it? We couldn't score a lick for us, right? When we were trying to go for that top 4, and we had those 3 games in a row where we couldn't do crap in, and we got beat by, was it Bournemouth or Sheffield United, whoever it was, at home or whatever it was, right? Their defenders scored. We didn't score anything. That's when I'm looking at it going, hello, it's right there in your face. We go the next 2 seasons not fixing it at all. We're in the 3rd season now, and Nweri seems to, for me, might be the answer because we're not going out and getting one, and we don't want to use him either, right? We need goals and all. Since when Erdogan was out, we needed goals. We needed a player to come in that, okay, just put your blinders on, get me a goal, put a shot on goal, because we're not doing a good job doing that. Nope, we don't play him. Makes no sense, right? Well, and it can't be because he doesn't defend. Guess what? We got the best defense as it is. So why does it matter if if you're losing 1-0 right, and you try to score and you lose 2-0, there's no difference because you at least you tried. But when you don't try and you still lose, right, you just sit back and go, you know what, I don't. Maybe we'll get a goal if they make a mistake. No, you got to force it sometimes, right?
But Mikel Arteta did say this window is going to be a very quiet window for us Arsenal fans. He said that this morning in his press conference.
Yeah.
And he said there's no point bringing in a player, he said, if they're not going to collaborate with the rest of the team. He said if this player doesn't score goals, and he said then we're back to square one. And he did say that. But in all fairness, he did say if I got a choice of that and leaving the squad how it is and trying to win the league with the players that I've got, he said he'd rather do that. I mean, I think it was only the other day he called Fabio Vieira back from Lyon. So from Porto. So we've got him back now. I know it doesn't really make a blind bit of difference, but his all worries now is with Saka being out. He's not going to be back now until around about the end of March, beginning of April. So they're saying. So the reinforcements, whether it's calling players back from Lyon or trying to bring some of the youth players up into the first team, just so we've got something there, obviously to play with, so they can get to the team can gel as quick as possible. This is what Mikel Arteta is saying now. So it's typical Arsenal. We've never really spent big in the January transfer window. Our last player that we spent really big was Aubameyang in the January. That's the best January transfer window we ever had, in all fairness.
Yeah. Well, guys, I'm getting a lot of death threats on my text chain. If we continue talking about Arsenal while we have two Leeds United fans waiting in the wings.
Who are Leeds?
And meanwhile, our Wolverhampton fan is just like, God damn it! Why am I here right now? Just remember, everybody, this is happy hour, so feel free to cut each other off and talk more shit. I feel like us Arsenal fans got real serious there for a minute there. But yeah, if you feel like I was cutting you off, that's because that's the way the show works. So cut us off if you want to talk, especially once these two bastards join the show. David, I think you're on mute. Mr. Tom,
crap.
Good to see you.
Oh, damn.
Finger the Duck as well. Good to see you. And, is that Cyril? Yeah.
No. That's the Leeds nut.
Oh, Leeds nut.
How are we doing, guys?
Before we move on, I got just a quick question. Was it Gabriel Jesus a winter signing?
No, he came in.
No, he
came. Or was that Sterling?
Sterling came in the summer as well, late summer.
Yes, Sterling was like a last.
They were both late summer, so they didn't really.
Trossard. We want to come on, we all love Leeds.
Trossard came in the winter.
Hey, that's language there, little man.
Well, for you
Leeds
United
fans,
guys. Leeds United fans, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry you had to sit through all that Arsenal talk. So to kick off your segment, I'm going to do you guys a little favor, and we're going to take a look at a Man United tweet. I know you guys love all that. So Mark Goldbridge, very popular YouTuber, he's got almost as many followers as we do. He said, genuinely think United will be top 4 next season if they clear the dead wood. Okay. The number one response to it was, you want to be top 2. You don't want to rely on the playoffs. I just thought that guy wins the internet today.
Brutal.
Excuse me, I've now got to delete it because I cannot use it on Sunday. Excuse me.
It's not happening. That's not happening at all with Man United. No way. They will not get top 4 next season. That manager has got so much of a job to do. If Man United,
they could.
Well, in the chat, yeah, they could do in the championship.
David, that's not nice.
What's that?
What's that? Now you don't remember? That's not nice.
It's fact.
What are you so mad about, Gary?
I just want to fight, I guess.
Yeah,
Fine with it.
he's just
It's
he's
'cause I
missed
called
me.
you all like
He's
last
missed me.
time.
That's what it is. He's missed me. He hates it when somebody comes on and tells him the truth. Gary.
You know, I can tell you,
150 mil
That's a good one,
to end
John.
up.
That's a good
You're
one.
not winning it this year. Forget it.
Yeah.
Forget it. Buy a couple of players. Buy a couple of players. That's it. Build for next season. You're not winning it this year. No chance. Liverpool are going to win it.
I don't.
All right.
I
All right.
can't live that way. What's the point then? We might as well just give up. All right. That's what you're trying to tell me. I don't want to do
your
that.
boys already have done. That's the problem. Hey ho.
Oh my God, David coming in hot.
I know.
Mr. David, I'm gonna move you up top while you're talking this shit so I can see you, because right now the comments are all over there. David, what do you mean the Arsenal players have given up?
They've been shocking. Okay, you won. Oh, you won the first game in 25. So what? You won at Brentford. You know, you give it another 10 games, you'll be still where you are. You'll still be points away from Liverpool. You're shit
bucks on
this
it.
year.
That and a few bucks on
You've
our
been
Oyster
building
card.
up. You've been building up for this one season where City weren't in
I don't know who's
charge,
this we've been
and you've
building up.
blown it.
No, nobody's been
You've
building
been
up.
blown.
It just
Yeah,
happens to be
Arsenal
season
have
3.
been
That's all it is.
evolving
right.
as
He's
a
100%
side.
We're not even building up. You make it sound like we've been planning it.
You've been
Let me see.
evolving
When
as a
is Pep
side.
going to
Wait a
leave? So
minute.
that's
At
when
the
we're going to
beginning
do
of the
good.
season,
No.
you were telling me
not taking
your
that, buddy.
man Kai Havertz was
taking that
scoring
one.
all
We
these
did-
goals, and that
You're
he
like
was
you
the
like
new
watching all
Messiah.
these Arsenal
Get
out,
it. And now you're
Arteta out people.
bad-mouthing him in this show, Gary. Oh, I
No,
was
no. I'm not
disappointed because
having
he
that.
wasn't holding up the ball. He never held up a ball in his life. Jesus Christ.
You're out of your mind. I just like that we've given up, but in 10 weeks we'll be in the same spot,
You'll be in the
second
same
place
spot.
behind Liverpool, because we've won all of our games.
You've won a lot of your games.
We
this
will have
month.
to keep winning all of our games to be second place.
In the last month, you've won a lot of your games. What about the month before that?
We haven't
and the month
lost.
before that?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree, David. That
you ain't sat where Liverpool are.
But
And you won't be.
That's fine. I'm just saying, we haven't been. You're right. We haven't been at our top. I wouldn't say the guys have gone onto the beach yet. Like, no,
that part I don't get.
think they know.
You haven't been watching Arsenal. You're just talking a lot of nonsense.
I watched a lot of Arsenal.
They haven't given up.
One thing
Nobody's
I've
given
said
up.
about Arsenal, that is absolutely not unfair, is that I can understand when Arsenal fans go, we're not supposed to beat Man City because of the financial advantage. How are we going to beat them? That's fine. I accept that personally. However, Liverpool ain't got the financial advantage over you, so why aren't you finishing above them? That's a fair question.
You got a fair point.
Arsenal fans that sit there and go, why ain't we doing better? I'm like, yeah, I can tell you why you generally don't do better than Man City. Stevie Wonder can watch football and tell you why you ain't doing better than Man City. But I want to know why you ain't doing better than Liverpool.
No, listen. It's not even about money anymore. It's not about like, and head to head.
It's about money when Man City win, Evan.
Head to head over
when you're not winning, it's about money.
But it's really not, because head to head over the past 3 seasons, I believe, we haven't lost to either of them. So head to head, there's no excuse.
I love head to
we
head,
lost our games to stupid
Leeds
teams, and they didn't. That's it. It's all on us.
You bring up City, we tell you why your comment is nonsense, and now you want to switch gears. Keep moving the goalpost, all right?
Fair.
Keep moving
it's
it.
Fair.
What's next?
It's
what's
fair.
next up? What's next up? You got? What you got? Come on, what's next?
Next up is Leeds
next.
United drawing this weekend at the 90-some-odd minute after
It's
taking the lead from a dodgy fucking penalty in the 88th minute.
Yeah,
and then fucking giving the game away. You only lucked out because fucking Burnley, the dude, decided to do the fucking dirtiest red card I've seen in a while to get himself sent off. and they draw the match. You guys lucked out because everyone else drew this weekend.
Yeah, but we're
Talk to
still
me
the
about
top.
fucking-
We're still the top of our table.
What table is that?
It may be a table lower, but we are where we are, and we don't pretend to be anywhere other than that.
You can
But
only
we're
beat
not top
the
of
boy
our
in front of
table.
you.
Same over
We're
here.
not putting
Same
up
over
with
here.
just being in second.
I
And
was
there's
just
going
looking at that team in
to
10th
be
in the
more games.
championship.
There's going to be more and more games like this in the championship where we get results like this. It will happen because it's the nature of the championship.
Hey, we'd have lost
It's the
that game
nature of
1-0
players at that level.
last year. Last year with Leeds United, that Leeds United team, we've lost that.
You know
match
what? We've
1-0.
said the same thing. If this was last year, we would have done this. Yeah, you're just repeating the same things as us.
No. I'm telling the progress of our team, of our current team.
Mm.
We would have dominated that game against Blackburn and then lost 1-0.
Yeah.
Whereas at least this time we dominated that game against Blackburn and didn't lose it. It's fine. It could turn out to really fuck us. We don't know yet. I'm not a fortune teller.
It won't be that one game that messes us up.
I think you're going to have to go through a stretch of games the way I've been watching you. All right, I've been watching the team. I haven't seen anything that says, all right, you're just going to it's just going to fall out. The bottom's just going to fall out. I don't see that right now. I mean, as a squad, every time he brings somebody, for me, James should just come off the bench. Every time he comes off the bench, I like it. When he starts, I don't like it as much. You know what I mean? But in general, the squad you got looks really good to me. All right. The games you've been playing. And like you said, it's the championship. You guys don't score, you're giving them an opportunity to score, and that's what happens in the championship. But you guys have been able to answer the call every time, most times anyway. So, now you're playing really good football. He's got you guys clicking. All right. Defensively, you're really hard to break down from what I've seen. You don't give up that many chances, but when you don't score, I think you give the other team a little bit of energy that they can maybe get something and steal something from you. And they that's how you lost a lot of games last year. This year you respond a little bit. I think,
Gary.
Huh?
You know what 2 words I'm going to say occurred on Monday? You know what I'm going to say?
Oh no.
Name him.
You mean Aronson? Aronson? Is that what you mean?
No. He's barely a real person, but you seem to love him. You made a video about it. Yeah, Gary knows how to make videos, everyone. Dr. Leeds showed up. Dr. Leeds showed up. Who is Dr. Leeds, Gary?
He doesn't like football. Or he does like football, depending on how you're saying. But who's Dr. Leeds? Can you tell us? Come on, tell us.
I remember the line from the video.
Anyways, but like I said,
do you need a win when you're not doing well? Do you need a goal when you can't score?
There you go.
Lot of woes in front of the goal. Dr. Leeds are really going to help you out. Not one game in 10 games. Leeds United are going to help you.
That's the scary part about that Blackburn game, right? Coming into that Blackburn game, when had they won last, right? They've been struggling a bit, right?
The last team they beat was us.
Yeah.
And you've been able to answer the call. So, I don't know. Like I said, Leeds has been playing much better. They've been consistent. You look at all the other teams, not as consistent of late, right? So, yeah, you guys look good. And Ronson has been doing it for you. Your favorite player, your buddy, your pal.
Look, Gary, I've got conclusive evidence that he's my mate. I've got conclusive evidence. I proved it.
I saw it.
That's settled.
Gary,
being my mate a bit less, admittedly.
Gary, I just am imagining how much John is loving that we switched over to Leeds talk and you've been dominating the conversation. It's awesome. I love it, Gary. Keep going.
It's because he's been saying nice things about us that we're allowing him to carry on talking.
Well, yeah.
When do I say bad things about you? When you go after me, I'll go after you. But
it's not 7% accurate, everything that's left his mouth. On the 3%, that wasn't accurate. We corrected him on.
Gary, 3 years ago, did you ever imagine that you would be talking online this much about Leeds United?
He loves
Lawrence.
it. He loves it. That's what it is. He loves it.
We're second favorite team. He could deny
my boy.
I love it too because I love Leeds United fans. A lot of them, not all of them, clearly, but
definitely not.
I'm the
But-
one he doesn't love.
but you guys are so much fun, and you guys have done so much for our channel as well. That no, I love the way you guys love football. There's something about it.
Depends on the result.
So speaking of shitty football, here's Lawrence. Everybody, if you want to say hi, you can.
Lolo, thank you for that smooth introduction there. I really appreciate that. How's
Now we're
everybody
going
doing?
to halftime. I'm just kidding, Lawrence.
No. I'll just say
Listen.
hello. You did bring some class on when you brought Ant on, even though he's an Arsenal fan. He's a quality guy. Now, Tom and him and his goose suspect. The rest of you mugs, I'm still trying to decide.
Hang on. What you got against the duck? What you got against Cyril?
Didn't he call him
Well,
a
because
geese?
I tried to
He called him
call
a goose.
because I was going to call the police on you
Goose.
because of you abusing that geese. That's what I want to do. It could be some kind of gooseophilia or something like that.
Outrageous.
It's the
Lawrence.
guy from
I'd
Up.
speak-
Oh man, they're
guy
going after
from
you,
Up.
man. They're going
Guy-
after you.
I always
I
get
see
the
it last
Tom.
week with the cartoon picture in the middle. You see it last week?
when they never going for me.
Oh,
All love, Tom. All love.
he's
But
gonna
no,
bring
it's
it
all
up
Oh,
good,
again.
my
man.
Isn't
God.
he? He's gonna bring it up again.
Yeah,
It's like one more thing
John
about
is
Leeds United
currently
at Christmas.
Googling again. Guys, we got to come up with some sort of rating system in the comments so they can move us around like this. So like if you're winning your argument, you get moved up like closer and closer, and if you're
That's a
losing,
good
you go
idea.
down here under the comments.
And then all of a sudden you go off the thing. Scooby, what's up? Then all of a
So
sudden you
cool. More work for John.
So John,
Well, all the money he's making, he
you
should
know
be
what to
willing
do,
to do
sir.
that. Come on.
You know what to do in this situation, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Tom, I,
He's-
wanna
I think
keep
we
going.
need to hear some Mr. Tom impressions.
Yeah,
You
I'm
know,
just
John,
gonna.
my
look
man.
at wrestling
I'm gonna remove
impressions.
everybody. Tom, it's gonna be me, you, and David talking. That's all.
Oh, Jesus.
You don't want to be doing that, John. You'll be getting the highest ratings again. Another high rating show.
What is it? 5 stars on Apple or whatever it is.
I don't
Other
know.
fruits are available, of course.
Okay.
Probably should
Anyway,
try and play a computer on them though.
Lawrence, how are you? Good to see you on the show.
Yeah.
What do you think about all this?
Very good. I hear all that banter. Sorry, I delayed a
I
little
don't
bit.
know
I
what
was with
we
the
were
wife.
talking
So
about.
I was talking smack on the What's Up app while I'm with the wife. But it's all good. Leeds,
Wait,
you
what?
know,
You were
I-
talking
for-
smack with your wife on WhatsApp?
I was with my wife, and then I was on What's Up app in our discussion, giving stuff. on
Larry,
it. It's
when
like,
we ask you how you were, just say good and go on to your fucking West Ham talk, all right?
oh
Like,
Jesus Christ. See what this? See, he's like a producer. An actor can't be taught this stuff. Let me do it, Lolo. I'm trying to be creative. Let me
He's
be
like,
my own man.
he's like, well, then I stubbed my toe, and then I.
Then I took a
Like, God
piss.
damn it, Lawrence! Talk about West Ham for fuck's sake! I can't believe I'm
Then I-
asking you to do that.
Then I took a piss and I found a bush. But
Oh.
you know what I'm talking about, Lolo. Okay, back to But like I said, right now with the West Ham, we're definitely in the struggle thing. Liverpool match got us. We're exposed, and right now we have lack of identity, lack of leadership, lack of chemistry, tactics. There's a lot of different things that we're worried about. But what's so crazy is that you look where we're at on the table and how close we are. We're ahead of Man U. We're behind, and Tottenham's only like a point. So is it reachable? Yes. Is it realistic to stay that? I don't know. Last year, we started off really strong in the first half. We only got 19 points in the second. What worries me so much now is going into the second half of the league is that Bowen's out for a month or two. Antonio was not our true answer, but he's out. We desperately need a midfielder, and we don't have that. So my thought process is, what are we going to do? I think a lot of times some people are saying bring back like JWP and Cornet. I don't know if that's the true answer. I really believe that Earthy. We have some really junior guys that are out there on loan. Bring in Earthy and Potts. These are guys that have proven themselves that they could do something and put them on the bench. And then we need we're talking about Ferguson. I think we could pick him up, and our defense
From Brighton?
Yeah, they're talking about it, and with a couple other people there, they're trying to rally, maybe for a loan. They're talking about maybe not a purchase,
you're talking about going to West Ham, right?
Yes.
Is that what you mean, or going somewhere else?
Going to West Ham.
Yeah, he's kind of fell out of favor with.
He's not starting a lot of matches. No, he's not.
No, he's not.
Coming up, he's coming off the bench, and if he can get that, but I don't believe, like you were saying, Gary, I don't think it's going to be and David, it's going to be a loan deal. But right now, we need that. We need something to fix what's hurting right now. But still, I still see quality on the team.
I'm going to grab a beer. I'll be right back.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Lawrence,
I'm done.
No. Let's hear about all your fucking under 12s that you're going to be bringing up.
Is that everybody that Brighton sells is like in the 100 million range. So
for Ferguson, it's nowhere near 100 million.
No, I know, but was Cucurella worth what he was worth?
No. So you're saying, I got
was Caicedo worth all that money? No.
So what you're saying is for us, we'll have say Kudus for example. We'll put a price range so high nobody's going to sign him. Okay, you can have him, but it's 100 million. Pounds or whatever. So
they
I don't know.
But they really had us wait for half an hour in the back to come on and then be lectured about Leeds by Gary, and then Lawrence talks about West Ham for 46 years. Did that really just happen?
It did.
I barely said anything today, Tom.
It's funny. I was thinking it, but I was like,
I'm barely saying anything over here.
It's true.
You can all sound the prick for saying it, but it's not fucking wrong. It's exactly how this went down.
Yeah, I was hoping actually we could maybe talk a little bit about Wolves' resurgence and how they've
wait a second
themselves up the league a little bit.
Save that for the after hours.
David, we got to.
Instead,
let's get our
we've been bored shitless through the Arsenal talk. And now it's become banal talking about West Ham and what they could be. Well, you got rid of your best manager, and you are now where you should be. You're a mid-table, lower mid-table side. That's it.
There you go, David.
David, I appreciate that because I'd like to hear from the Junior League sometimes and see what their thoughts are about the Premier League.
The Junior League that beats your team all the time.
And sometimes, because I feel confident.
We're hoping you stay up purely so that we can get some points next year.
Winner.
Make up for the Wolves.
Hold on, David. You just got some points. You got moved up to the top row.
Oh.
But David, if Leeds are any luck to the last couple of teams that came up in the Premier League and go straight down, you got a good chance of staying up. And the thing is, like I said, I kind of give Leeds a little quality, because we did get Somerville from you, and that was good. But I don't know.
It was very good business for us, yeah.
Look, Deborah asked me to do a song about how boring West Ham are. We have a song for West Ham that we sing whenever we go there. Who put the ball in the West Ham net? Who put the ball in the West Ham net? Who put the ball in the West Ham net? Half the fucking team did. Yeah.
Should that be?
True.
God bless you all.
Until except for that one time where nobody did, and we shot like 40 shots on target, and we lost the league. God damn. Moving on, Anthony. We haven't heard from you in a while. You're relegated down to the bottom row there, man.
I'm relegated. I know. I'm just enjoying the content here and here. I mean, obviously, Lawrence, I get what he's talking about, West Ham. You're going to see me on Sunday, Lawrence, on Tony on Early Doors of Show. And also on Wednesday. Good. Guess what? Yep. I'm going to be giving Tony a lot of shit. Don't you worry about that. 2005 is here and is here to stay. And I'm going to be ripping the piss out of a lot of West Ham fans. And this is true. This is true. Fuzzy, the Man United fan, he's having it as well. I'll tell you what, their relegation form, they are Man United. The manager even actually said they're in a relegation battle, the Man United manager. And he said it's going to be a hard season this season for them. And I tell you what, I'm fucking enjoying it. Seriously, I'm absolutely loving it with Man United being at the bottom. Man City's not winning, you know. West Ham, they're halfway down the table, you know. It's good. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Look, the table doesn't lie. It's in front of you. Look at that. Look at that. 23 points. Jesus. Minus 12.
Well,
God,
and you know
blimey.
what? That's a valid point, Ant. You know, but the point that the main thing is we're getting battered by the top 5 teams, and that's why that differential's there. But prior to that match, we were like 2-2-1. So we
You are,
weren't
but you're
losing
not
to it.
getting rid of
And
any of your players, are you? Your defence. I'm not being funny.
Oh,
West
it's
Ham,
sliced
that
cheese.
team,
I
West
agree.
Ham,
Yeah, I
is a
understand.
team of they're full of frauds. I mean, in all fairness, you look at the defenders you've got, yeah, right. They're working for West Ham. They're getting paid a wage, and also at the same time, they're claiming a pension as well. I don't understand it.
Jesus.
So
Ant
it's
was
just
waiting for that one.
yeah. So he's. I mean, what's the eldest defender? It goes from 38 down to 33, I think, and it's in Wan-Bissaka, who's your youngest player in defence.
Wan-Bissaka is probably the best player this season.
I agree. Yeah.
Can I just say, in your defence, Lawrence, you've had a very good December.
Yeah.
You've had a good December, very good December. West Ham won't get relegated.
I don't
No,
think,
he won't.
and I really
They're
believe that.
mid-table.
I think we have enough that we'd stay up. And I had a on another channel my prediction going into the second half of the season, and I really said that we're probably where we're going to be at, honestly. And I said I would be happy, and this is truth. I'd be happy with 10th to 12th, but I see us staying at 13th and dropping to 15th because of what we have in uncertainty and the way we're playing. But I think we're good enough to stay above, like you said, David.
Did you say you're on another channel too? So you're spewing your nonsense elsewhere?
You know, people like to. I'm like a dartboard. They just then come back and say you're bullshit, Larry. You're bullshit, Larry.
There's someone for everyone, John. There's someone for everyone.
Whoa, Rosie gifted a membership. That's fantastic, Rosie. Thank you very much. I'm not sure how that works. I don't know who you gifted it to, but
it's funny.
Yeah, we'll
it's
see
funny
how
that
it works.
Andy Herbert's in for a surprise for when he logs in to the.
Why?
Congratulations, Andy Herbert. You are the recipient.
I'm gifted a membership.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
nice.
Why did this guy get gifted?
Well
the tracker
done.
man should
Thank
get
you.
gifted nothing.
Someday we should learn how to use all this. Well, Lawrence, if it makes you feel better with all this trash talking that they're doing, see down there in 14th place. You guys are in 13th, but 14th place. I saw a stat today. The last team to be 14th place and January 1st and get relegated. Who do you think it was? It was Leeds United. It was fucking Leeds United. So there you go, Anthony. Throw that at them if you want. You're safe. You're safe.
Exactly. But I think West Ham will stay up, though. I do think they have got the team to stay up. I just feel like with Lockie, you've got to get rid of your manager, Lawrence. Honestly, I don't even think he makes his first 11. But at the end of the day, listen, I think the more games that you obviously are going to say, and I mean this friendly, of course, more games you lose, the easier my show is going to be on Wednesday. Honestly, seriously, I love it every minute. So, just when you're watching it, Lawrence, lean back, have some popcorn, have a nice stiff drink.
And if you have that, you got Tony, you got Fuzz, and both our teams are struggling. So you're like the king of the hill.
I am the king. Yeah. And Tony tries to give me stick now. He comes on here, Tony, early doors, and I tell you what. Listen, this guy here, Lawrence, this is the only guy from West Ham that I know that talks sense. When Tony talks about West Ham, fuck me, I'm asleep halfway through the show. Honestly. So, do you know what I mean? So, it's nice to see a West Ham fan to come on and actually talk some sense. It's true.
Well, thank you, but we do need some help a lot, but I still cheer. Yeah, well, it's like anything. You're always going to cheer for your team. You're always going to want them to win. And sometimes you're the top 6, sometimes you're there, but you always want to cheer for your team. And you have to be able to be critically thinking of, how can you improve? And sometimes this going into the second half with Lopetegui, I'm clueless because I don't know. Moyes before I could understand what he was doing and that you need to change this. And then we brought some. Now I really sometimes I'm clueless. I don't know what we can do to fix this except bringing in somebody else that can bring them together. And
it's true, but what's made it worse, Lawrence, you've actually signed the whole team. You signed about 10, 11 players this season.
Yep, 9 guys in that. Yep, and I think they still got quality there. But how can you go a whole from August when they said West Ham had the best signing, spent the most money, and had that type of result? You know what I mean? And as a fan or someone like this, not understanding what the manager or the ownership's really trying to do, it's very frustrating. Very.
I think the best man to answer the questions about low pedigree, as he used to call him, of course, is Mark.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, I sometimes I wonder who is the worst manager, Lopetegui or Marsh for Leeds. And man, those are 2 very, very close. Jesse and Julie, it's a new sitcom to be watched on Paramount Plus.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think Lope's the worst. I mean, you've seen it at Wolves when he was the manager there, and he pretty much got the sack. Or I think he walked out towards the end as well, didn't he?
He's got no one relegated. What are you all talking about?
Well,
Jesse Marsh literally laid us in the Championship on a plate, ready to go. And you just sit there going, I think Lopetegui's worse. Not a fucking chance. Jesse Marsh, I'd literally see a gif earlier today of Jesse Marsh talking to Rafinha on the sideline, and Rafinha's pulling the face like, yeah, I'm going to be really nice to you and make you think that you're teaching me how to play football. How fucking dare you, sir? How fucking dare you all say that fucking Jesse Marsh is better than Lopetegui? How fucking dare you?
But the reason why
it's fucking it's agitating me.
All right, well then, but then let me ask you this: if you know,
how many Europa Leagues has Jesse Marsh won?
Leeds let Jesse off the hook by firing him so late in the season. He's not. He can say, "Oh, I'm not responsible because they fired me, and it's some other bloke's problem because I would have kept Leeds up." But no, instead you fired him in February, which made absolutely no sense. Let him off the hook.
Didn't make no sense.
And didn't they kind of regressed after that, right? They didn't improve.
To be fair, we did have about a 5-minute spell where we did win a couple of games and looked all right. But then the Leeds just took over.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, the actual moment we got relegated, but apart from the actual moment we got relegated, the literal one, was when we were beating Crystal Palace, then missed about 4 shots, and then Crystal Palace scored on the stroke of half-time. Now, I don't know what happened at half-time, but there must have been a fight during half-time or something happened that meant Leeds absolutely fucking collapsed and lost 5-1. That is when I knew we were fucking in trouble. And it was obvious that we were in trouble. That looked like 11 strangers come out half-time, after half-time.
The players and ex-players all deny it, but it said it in the body language, didn't it?
Yeah.
Something
it's going to come out in like 20 years' time. One of them's going to have a book or something, and it'll go.
They won't.
Big fight.
The book won't be read, though, will it? Come on.
Well, not by someone a tweet about it or something. Like one of the Leeds fans. Like, I watch anything that a Leeds player has touched. It's like, you're a bit of a fucking loser, then, aren't you? Sorry, what? That too rude of me.
No, it's not, Tom.
Well.
Well, fellas, it's about halftime now. We're a little bit over halftime. I put a poll out there on the YouTube channel where Jimmy said Tottenham sucks will do nicely. But I asked you guys to place your votes for what the bio break video should be. Should it be Tottenham sucks? If it's not Leeds United, fuck them. Or should it be Murder Gun? And right now the votes are still coming in, and it is a tight one. It's a tie right now, 44% for Tottenham sucks. And if it's not Leeds, fuck them. So get your votes in right now because we are about to take this bio break, and John needs to know which button to click when he goes to the restroom. It's the little one, John. There we go. All
John,
right.
He might get confused on that one. What's the little one?
All right. I think the votes are pretty much.
John's gonna jump on me. Oh no!
Hey,
Big
well,
sample. Big
What?
sample size there.
Okay, so it looks like it's going to be Tottenham sucks.
I know
All right,
John
guys.
enough to know this is going to be Leeds.
Yeah,
I know John enough to know this is going to be Leeds, regardless.
John,
of the
I will tell you that the voting seems to have slowed down and finished, and I think it's going to be Tottenham sucks, which means John will play whatever the hell he wants.
Do we have a sequel called Leeds Murder Guns Tottenham?
I will work on it. Oh, and look, Rob G chimed in, our local Tottenham fan here. All right, let's go with Tottenham sucks. We will be back in just a couple of minutes from our bio break, and we will be back to do what's it called, Betting in the Dark with Mr. Tom, and we will do all of our predictions for this next week in Premier League. We'll be right back.
Love you, Tommy.
Yo, it's been difficult. I gotta be honest. Not used to seeing Spurs fans happy. It's disheartening. At least I know Tottenham sucks. Tottenham sucks. Don't care what you think, the Spurs suck. Tottenham sucks. Tottenham sucks. Don't care if the top of the league, the Spurs suck. I'm a gunner for life, and so I can't let it rest. When I hear some silly fans screaming that the Spurs are best, so I just gotta put them back in their place and tell them to go and check out their trophy case. It's empty, filled with nothing but dust. Okay, maybe one trophy all covered in rust, but hey, it's a new day. You got yourself Jose. He iced out Dele like he was protein. Ha! But that's cool. You got your boy back, Kurt Bale. Yep, he's all right. Weird that he couldn't get a sniff in Madrid, but played a lot of golf though. And I hear it all the time that the Gunners pass their prime and thinking that we're quality is an absolute crime. So before the comments start, let me do my part and tell y'all about my team straight from my heart. Yeah, Alba ain't been great. Pepe can't run straight. Willian is old and Xhaka is cut rate. Yet Ozil lost his job and Ceballos is a knob. And David Luiz looks like Sideshow Bob. That's cool. You know why? Because I take freaking Gunnersaurus over any of them dirty Spurs. Or maybe Son, that boy good. But I still wouldn't ever trade my team for yours, even if you begged me down on all fours, saying, Lolo, come on, Lolo, come over. Motherfuckers, I'd rather support the Blackburn Rovers. And I'll always have a cannon on my crest, unlike y'all with the cock on your chest. And you may have a good season, straight out of luck, but one thing's never changing in my mind, that Spurs suck.
What do we think of Tottenham? What do we think of shit? Thank you.
Tottenham sucks. Tottenham sucks. Don't care what you think, the Spurs suck. Tottenham sucks. Tottenham sucks. Don't care if the top of the league, the Spurs suck. Tottenham sucks. Tottenham sucks. Don't care what you think, the Spurs suck. Tottenham sucks. Tottenham sucks. Don't care if the top of the league, the Spurs suck. Tottenham sucks. Tottenham sucks. Don't care what you think, the Spurs suck. Tottenham sucks. Tottenham sucks. Don't care if the top of the league, the Spurs suck. Tottenham sucks. Tottenham sucks. Don't care what you think, the Spurs suck. Tottenham sucks.
All right. And we're back. Oh, I can't hear you. Are you saying anything, Tom?
Yeah.
Tottenham sucks. Yeah, Tottenham sucks. A cock on your chest and Tottenham sucks.
You always have a cock on your chest. Good to see back, Rob G, by the way. A Tottenham fan who you know, he understands what he is. Good to see all y'all. Okay, we ready to get started? Yeah, if we're gonna run down the entire game week ahead because there's a bunch of awesome games this weekend. Let's get to Betting in the Dark with Mr. Tom.
Betting in the Dark with Mr. Tom.
Come on, love, place your bets.
All right.
Oh my God, I'm the New Year's baby.
Oh, that is scary.
Oh, God.
That is very scary.
Come on. Go on, get on with it. Get on with the same lazy tropes that you usually dish out. Anyway,
Okay.
whatever.
So just to remind everybody, we ask Mr. Tom to find the craziest bets that he can make where £1 or $1.24, I guess it is, will turn into hundreds of pounds, which means these bets are not good and not advisable to take. However, if you do and they hit, you could become a 100-air like Mark was until he then placed all the rest of the bets the rest of the season and lost all of it. So when it's not fun, stop doing it or something like that. But hey, it's only $1. Let's get to it, Mr. Tom.
When the fun stops, stop.
That's
and
it.
Sponsored by Murder Gun, a movie involving murder and a gun, coming soon to a cinema or streaming service near you. We're going to start off with Spurs to do Newcastle, because my theory is they'll beat all the good teams, then lose to all the shit teams and finish 10th. Because it's literally mid-table form that they are exhibiting right now. But obviously, James Maddison's going to score first, because people may or may not know he is basically the man that at the dinner table will carve the meat, because he'll be the first to tell you. He talks about it all the time on Twitter. That's true thing. It's genuinely true thing. I've not just made that up. And then Isak's going to score because it's Alexander Isak. And why would Arsenal be talking about purchasing him for 72,000,000 euros or whatever it is if he's not going to score at Tottenham?
You're damn right.
There you go.
You're damn right, Tom. You're
No.
damn right.
Damn right.
But
I
Spurs
like
are
this. I like this. We could use Newcastle to lose.
They're gonna think that they're absolute king shit because they went to Old Trafford and dominated. But who doesn't go to Old Trafford and dominate these days?
Not a truer set of words have ever been said.
So it's not like they actually caused a real shock. I was more shocked that they didn't get free by half time. He was offside, to be fair. I actually quite enjoyed watching that, unsurprisingly, even though I've generally made a habit of not watching Premier League games, because if Leeds ain't in the Premier League, it's boring. But no, seriously, this can yield you some coin. Deborah the Zebra, your debts will all be paid. But don't actually legally quote me on that, because don't send the actual credit card company after me, because I'll change my name to David Villamartin. Actually, no. Let's go back on that. My name is Lawrence, and I support West Ham. And
you actually said that. You actually said that.
Well, yeah, my name's Lawrence, and I support West Ham.
You need to wash your mouth out with soap now.
Greatest team in the world.
Oh,
come on,
come on, show some respect.
All right, wash it out with bleach then. All right.
Oh my God!
What you mean?
Here it comes.
Bleach.
All right, is everybody happy with this bet? We all taking this bet, or what are we doing?
I'm not betting for that team to win.
Yeah, I quite like
West Ham.
this.
I've said a lot worse.
This is the best bet that you've made, Mr. Tom. I don't know how long you've been doing your bets for, but this one looks promising. 7 years. Well, this is the first one in 7 years, and this one looks quite promising. No disrespect, right? But,
the show's only about 5 minutes old. That's not true. It's not true, Andy. That's not true. It's Stone Cold Tom. What do you think I've done this for 7 years? What? Yeah. But no, seriously, if you don't mind, Director John. Sorry, if everyone's finished. Oh, and here's my piece de resistance for the weekend.
God damn it.
I typed every letter on this into my phone with a big fucking smile on my face.
No, this is bullshit.
Oh, I think this is probably the most. I think this time is probably the best one I've seen in a while.
Yeah, because you don't know what football means. That's why you.
Oh, please! Can we mute this guy over here, John? Just for like a 5-minute
John, you can't mute me. Lolo,
yes,
stop, John.
I don't do anything.
Oh, you don't do anything. You let John just take over and do everything he wants.
It's in his rider.
Damn it!
Directly
Ride or
on.
die, ride or
What?
die. See, there you go, buddy. Johnny,
Gary,
my
you
man.
knew you were on thin ice already, man. Come
I
on.
knew it. I knew it.
And,
He
and
knew
Gary,
he
I
knew he
can't
was 1 second away from going. He knew it.
I can't support you,
I
Gary,
love you,
because he'll
Gary.
take me out of the show.
I know that's why I was hoping for some backup here. You didn't want.
No,
I
sorry.
visualized
Against
company,
director
man.
John, you're on your own, man. You're on your fucking own.
But yeah, no, in all seriousness, obviously I'm going with Jesus to score first because he's the only one that seems to be scoring goals for them lately.
And
fuck
honestly,
are
in
you
all
guys
seriousness,
talking about?
this guy's been hot, Lolo. I was like, it was like New Year's Eve. It's like I was like, baby Jesus is going to score a goal. Baby Jesus is going to score a goal.
Hey, he was hot for a week, and it counts for the purpose of this.
That's right.
Yeah. Everybody's saying he's hot. He scored 3 goals, then he scored 2 goals, then he scored 1 goal. That's it.
Also 6 in 3. That's literally 2 in 1 game.
No,
So
one
you
game he
basically
didn't
threw
score
him in the
any.
microwave and he just got cold really fast.
But
No,
Lola, my
if
question
he
is this, though.
continues, he will be super hot. I'm just saying, like a hat trick and a brace back to back. That's incredible. 5 goals in 2 games, sweet. But you know the other stat?
It's right
He
around his
scored
birthday,
more
though.
goals in these past 4 games than he has in 58.
Let me give you a stat that this bet is definitely going to break when it wins.
yeah.
Every game that Gabriel Jesus has scored in, Arsenal have won. Not tomorrow.
You're going to break
You
that.
can't even say it with a straight face. You're trying to hold in that giggle. I see it. I saw your teeth. Too late.
and Tom, don't fuck it up. The real stat is every single goal he's ever scored, he's never lost a game in the Premier League. Not with Arsenal.
I mean, let's be fair. He did play for the other team that fucking
exactly. Yeah. So it's been harder while he's been at Arsenal. There's a lot of games where he wants to score, but we're gonna lose, and he's like, nah, maybe I'll just this one goal. I don't want to fuck up my record, like, we are not winning this game.
I'll give him a lot of credit though. As a human being, people forget. As a human being, he could have sat on that Man City bench and won everything, but he decided, no, I want to play and I want to lose while playing. So I moved to Arsenal.
And he doesn't play.
When I have the court case, as the Arsenal team try to take me defamation of character, saying that they just throw it away and everything, I'm going to actually bring Lolo along as a character witness, and he'll be repeating what he just said then.
That's right.
Lolo, shut up.
Damn. He got me. Is this being recorded?
Hopefully, Mr. Herbert
is this being recorded?
Picking Arsenal in these bets doesn't give payouts worth coming on the show to give.
But they have got a weakness because Brighton, they haven't got Danny Welbeck playing in this game.
Oh no,
So,
I haven't got Danny Welbeck. Oh my god!
This is how I want you to present your next bet.
Anthony, please, you're gonna just jinx it. That's all you're doing right now. You're just adding more jinx onto the pile.
I don't know if that statement has ever been said. Oh no, Danny Welbeck isn't going to be here. Even at like charity events that he was the main speaker at that he couldn't attend, they were like, "Oh no, Danny Welbeck can't be here." They're like, "That's fine.
Said that he wanted
Susan
to turn
will
up
do
for
it."
his own wedding, and his wife went, "Yeah, we can live with that."
Oh no, Danny Welbeck's not gonna be here. Then I'll marry that guy. It doesn't fucking matter. But no, Danny, you've got a point because Danny Welbeck scores against Arsenal. He does.
Fair point. But in all
Mr. Tom, could I check my notes real quick and give you my prediction?
What do you have notes
Yeah,
for?
you know what I think? I think I had the notes on the table because I kind of like that silly shit. Fantastic.
My prediction is 2-1 Brighton.
Yeah, it would be because you don't know anything about football.
Oh, geez. Thanks for that, buddy. Hey, just stick with the
Anthony, you said you know this guy?
Yeah.
Let's move on to the next one before Lawrence gives us his
He's a
entire
hater.
predictions, which we're going to do later in the show. God damn it. I love you, Lawrence. This is awesome.
I've got one score of thought on this, really. It's basically, I've seen Liverpool beat them 4-0. I've seen Liverpool beat them 6-0. I've seen Liverpool beat them 7-0. And I thought, what one haven't I seen yet that's likely to happen? Because they also can't defend. And they're terrible at the moment. They've got no confidence. And basically, Mohamed Salah has got all the confidence in the world. He'll probably even get 3 of these before half time. I'm probably jinxing it now, I've said it, but he's playing with that level of confidence, and basically it's going to be 5-0. You're all going to have £200, and I'm going to be sat here going, I'll make them all £200.
I love this bet. This bet. Because none of your bets happen, so I am definitely going to put some money on this because it's not going to happen at all. And they'll probably lose because I bet on it. Apart from the one that did, that is correct.
I'm definitely taking this one, and I'm taking it as is. This is such in the realm of possibility. It's just a well-oiled machine versus the shit show that is Man United, and just in case, folks, maybe the cherry on just what a shit show it is that they're thinking about making old Slabhead the captain again. I just, yeah,
this is a terrible. This is a terrible. Love this prediction by Mr. Tom. He didn't read the assignment. This was not the assignment. The assignment wasn't just double my money. The assignment was, can I triple my money? And what is he gonna? He's cheating me.
How many hundreds of dollars?
Hang on. Sorry, Gary.
How many hundreds of dollars are you betting?
Now, Gary has said I want him to triple
hundreds
my money.
of
I'm like,
pennies.
Gary, it doesn't pay £2.
Oh, wow! I need to go 300, 1 to 3.
It's actually the maths works out. It's actually 213 times your money.
Oh, I said the wrong thing.
It's literally the assignment.
Gary, mute Gary again. He's talking nonsense as usual.
I did talk nonsense. I'm sorry. I went all Lawrence on you guys for a bit.
Old slab.
It's rubbing off. John, can you please move me? I'm getting this like itch, and I can't stop it.
You're relegated. You're relegated down to that Maguire zone.
That's a great question. I'm just going to look up how much Amorim is in the sack race.
Oh, he can't. Yeah, that's ridiculous comment. The
problem with this bet, Tom, is that your bets tend to not hit. So, like, they will be 5-0, and all of this will be true. And in the last minute, Harry Maguire will get a fucking header because we made fun of him again, and they'll give up a goal in like the 90+6, where they only had 3 minutes of stoppage, but for some reason the ref just kept it going, and they scored. They're like, "Yay, we scored 5-1."
Wasn't it like 3 years ago that the game was over and they brought everyone back on so Man United could
could win the game? Yeah.
I don't know why I'm catching shit for them never hitting. Like, you never talk about the time I turned around on here and went, Watford are going to draw 0-0 with Burnley, and then guess fucking what? Watford drew 0-0 with Burnley, and I made 9 times my money. You keep real fucking quiet about that one.
I didn't see it. I never heard that one.
Was it one of your?
That was before my time. Sorry, Tom. I don't know what you're talking about.
I distinctly remember that one.
I bet you remember it.
The time I did Chelsea
I remember watching the game. I had the extended highlights on loop.
No, in all seriousness, it's going to be 5-0. It's going to be an absolute joy to watch because deep down, you're not going to catch Liverpool, so just try and enjoy the ride. So enjoy the football. Enjoy the football.
Points.
Enjoy Man
You know what? That's terrible.
Tom.
John,
points to
cut
Mr.
him.
Tom.
Cut him out. Mute him.
That's right.
Hi, Gary. This has been not being muted. I played a big risk there because I thought he could mute me at any time.
No, Tom, you knew exactly. You had it right. You were spot on because Gary ran the risk of being muted way more than you did. John is very Brooklyn, old school Brooklyn of like, don't fucking tell me what to do. I'm gonna do the exact.
Don't
fucking
mute
opposite. Don't-
Lolo in
don't
mid-speak.
fucking tell me
Don't
what to
do it. You won't do it. No, Lolo just stopped talking. That's why he's probably going to talk for the rest.
Mr. Tom, what's the trifecta paying out today?
I'm
tomorrow.
glad you asked that. So basically,
The
Spurs
Magic
to win.
3. That's what it is.
Magic 3. This is me
Spurs
sprinkling
to
my
win.
magic dust. Hypothetical dust as well.
Thank you,
'cause that
Mark.
doesn't sound PG.
Thank you, Mark,
Oh, you're welcome.
for rolling.
I just want to see how much it is.
Spurs to win, Brighton to win, Liverpool to win. But I termed this the Gary Magic 3 because I knew he was going to hate every.
I would take that bet. I would take that bet in a heartbeat.
Nah, it's gonna be draw. Arsenal draw.
Well, that's a very
That's a good call.
Arsenal-centric bet. That's
Yeah,
like me
that's a
betting
cool-
on the Vikings to win the Super Bowl in August.
Oh, this is great. You're so accurate.
I just.
Can I read it out? Can I read it out, please, to the audience?
Yes.
Oh, please.
Please.
There's times Mr. Tom, that's me, makes a comment to Gary, and Gary's reply is just basically just a noise that sounds a bit like an old gate or door that needs some oil. It's actually quite beautiful.
I don't like you, Scooby Doo 2, or whatever your name is.
Yeah, he's
When you
good.
went
Boo.
Scooby DDD2, it actually did sound like a gate then as well.
That's right.
Scooby-Doo.
Good guy.
Oh.
Good guy,
I
Gary.
got no friends on this place. What am I doing here? I
Recognize.
didn't come here for this.
John, I think this guy's needs a timeout. I think
This
there's
is
a
Don't make it
timeout
sound like
coming,
that.
John. I'll tell you
Terrible
what to do, but
show.
there'll be a timeout coming for Gary in the scuba outfit.
You're doing it out of love, but I don't get it.
In all seriousness, Gary
we
is
all
a
have a
great
lot of love for you,
participant.
Gary.
Gary,
great
it's all jokes,
participant.
buddy. You're a good man.
He's not a participant that wins these verbal debates, but he's a great participant. Sorry, what? Sorry, I thought I was going to get another reaction out of him. But, no, I did. He was drinking at the time. Anyway, but no, in all seriousness, 15 times your money can't go wrong. Well,
Except that it's wrong. Except that it's wrong. Yeah, and as Rosie says, make sure you guys are subscribing. Gary is also streaming on his channel. I'm sure there's a link here somewhere. But make sure you subscribe to Gary's channel. Subscribe to our channel. Hit the like, the thumbs up, all that stuff. Put a comment in the actual comments. Is there still a thumbs down button?
There is, but it doesn't usually tell you.
Yeah, it doesn't record, does it?
Hit that one too.
Just for the record, I'm going to put it out there that not only did I take Mr. Tom's Magic 3 bet, but I also took Lolo's counter
Magic
to the Magic 3 bet, where he said draw Arsenal draw. I'm gonna place that one too. Let's see who's closer.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be Arsenal winning.
I think I know. I'm thinking no, because listen, Arsenal should beat Brighton. Spurs, Newcastle will be a draw. The reason I'm thinking Liverpool might actually draw to the manure is because when Tottenham are back, Tottenham, same fucking club. When Man United are like they are right now in a we don't know who the fuck we are, blah blah blah. They'll go and they'll play really well. They went and won the fucking FA Cup or whatever against City, where all of a sudden they played well when we were all thinking they were going to get destroyed, and they won a cup, the FA Cup or the Carabao or one of those last year against City. So I think at this match, there's a chance that Manchester United actually play decent. And it could end in a draw. I don't think they win, but I think it could end in a draw. That's why I'm saying draw, Arsenal, draw. There you go.
The way they're currently playing, if they lose 4-0, it would be considered a decent defensive performance.
Right.
No, you're being too fucking harsh.
I am, but it sounded funny in my head, so I just said it anyway.
No,
but in all seriousness, Lolo,
they're gonna get better.
Quickly, Jimmy, if you don't mind, Jimmy, to answer your question, Amorim to be the next manager sacked, 33-1.
Well, I think, in my opinion, though, Amaron is he has a certain style coming from Sporting, and then they wouldn't have risked this much to bring him in. Now he's trying to do with the players he currently has, and that's the thing there is. And I think, and I've heard different discussions out of that whole thing. I've heard people say there's only 3 or 4 players that's probably going to stay on there. So I think they had to go for a long haul. And for him, he was a successful manager at Sporting. He needed to have that confidence going in. If they sacked him, something like that, that's ridiculous. Then now they have to give him there. And it's kind of the old saying back in the day with Parcells, I'm an old man. It's like, help him buy the groceries, get the players he wants in with his style and do it. So it can be it's going to be a process. So I don't think it's going to be a short, it's not going to be a short leash. It's not going to be a short, it's not going to be
I
a short
actually
leash.
agree with you, Lawrence. I agree with you on all that.
Well, I'll tell you why it's gone wrong for Man United, apart from lots of institutional problems they've got.
They're just bad people.
When you become a club that basically has a new manager every 2 years, you then generally end up with a squad of players that were purchased by 4 or 5 different managers, which is why Everton have struggled recently, because generally you don't have the players from one individual trying to make that team fit. You've then got the idea and that you've got players brought in for the tactics of 4 or 5 different people, and that leads to disaster, absolute disaster.
Yeah, I mean, Tom, can you count them back? Because let's go all the way back. They've got players on their team from fucking ages ago.
Yeah.
Can I ask Lawrence a question?
They've got players that played for Van Gaal, I guess. Sorry, David.
Yeah, Lawrence, do you believe then that clubs should stick with their managers to see out the process?
I think so, and that's a great question, David. And the thing is, it depends when they come in, and just like we had, and you can bring Lopetegui as a great example there. He came in, and we got our signings at the very end, and they were saying we had the great signing and stuff like that, but they haven't materialized. We gave him half of a season, and he hasn't really materialized on that. So I'm a type of person, I give some patience to it. I really do. And then as long as that manager and the ownership has confidence in him, and he says, these are the players that I need. And a great example is West Ham. We have Steidham as director. I know 8 Ball. I got to go real quick. But he's the one that comes in and says he's hiring these players to come in, and then Lopetegui now has to try to fit them in off of what he designed. So I don't know if it's worked well in West Ham, but I really believe that you need to give a person time. Amaran is the perfect example. You cannot just sack the dude right off. You know what I mean? He's got a brand new process. He's got the players he's got for this season, and then come summer and even the January window, see what they can make and improve. But you just fired a guy and he's got guaranteed money there, and he's a up and coming manager. Sporting, he was very successful. Yeah. He was wanted West Ham wanted him, but our Sullivan was too effing cheap to buy the guy. You know what I mean? So he's a wanted manager. So there's some things there. There's not a short leash on him, I don't believe.
I hope that next year when I come back and I have the conversation with you, Lawrence, that you're enjoying the championship with no VAR.
Dude, you're dreaming that. So you keep your championship junior league down the table. West Ham ain't going nowhere. They're staying improving. I like it.
No, you keep Lopetegui.
Don't get too crazy, buddy. Don't get too crazy.
Quote of the night: "You cannot sack a guy right off." That was very interesting.
What?
That's just what Lawrence said. You cannot sack a guy right off. I was like, well, maybe. I mean, if you try hard enough, you might.
No.
I don't know what.
I don't want to hear no zebra stories again.
That's not PG.
Oh, you're not down for the gangbang, I hear. All right.
That's definitely not PG.
Guys, let's burn through the league matches that we have this weekend. Ooh, wrong league. Where's Leeds playing? Hull? That's right. We're going to Hull.
It comes cold down the motorway.
Oh Lord.
Straight up the M181. There you go.
All right. That's yeah. I love that shit. All right, kicking it off, we have Spurs Newcastle. What do you guys have for that? Spurs Newcastle
2-2.
Let's get us all around here.
Draw.
Desmond.
Yep,
I'm going with that as well. I see that as well.
I go for Desmond.
3-1 Newcastle.
I hate that team. Chaos. I want them to go down in flames.
I'll tell you
Burn.
what I think it'll be.
3-1 Newcastle, and all the Arsenal fans will look at Isaac scoring goals and wishing that they could spend 180 on him instead of 150.
David, they are hot, buddy, so it's a good shout.
That Tottenham squad is so busted up defensively, and now they've just lost to Doggy, who takes, you know, I mean, it's a big ask to even think that our Tottenham is going to beat Newcastle.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be. I think this has the potential of being like 3-1, 4-1.
Wow,
that's what I reckon.
You know,
3-1.
Tottenham's
So should I
really giving it up.
Should I captain Isak in fantasy?
I thought
absolutely.
About that. I
would.
That.
Why
I
not?
have to spend it, but yeah.
If you want to really risk it, Captain Danny Welbeck.
And who do I vice captain?
You know what? I don't think you can even have someone on the squad that's injured. I mean, you can, but
no.
Aren't they just like kind of grayed out?
It'll go to my
bench.
my vice captain.
It goes to the bench. Yeah, that's
no
right.
to your vice captain. You pick a captain. It goes.
Well,
to
if he's
your
your captain, but if he's just a regular player, it's going to go to your bench of that.
Gary, who would you make your captain in Fantasy Premier League?
Nemo.
Palmer.
It has to be Salah against Man United. Like it has to be Salah.
I just not doing full face. Like I wasn't expecting that question.
You're asking me to like think now. I was trying not to think.
You've been doing good all night, so continue.
I'm going full Lawrence. I can't help it.
You're never gonna win if you go full Lawrence.
No, if you're gonna go captain, you have to go Salah. I mean, he shouldn't come out of the locker room. That's how bad it should be. Like they should go. He goes in the locker room and go take a shower. We'll see you. You know, just go home. You know, we'll see you next week. The way that Liverpool's been playing, it shouldn't even be. It won't be fun.
Can I give my prediction of the Spurs game? I think it's going to be 3-2 to Spurs.
Hey Tom, is there a bet you can place of like Salah won't even play the second half? Like
Not
Salah
to my
scores
knowledge.
4 and doesn't play the second half, like doesn't even play,
He's
or a
pretty
minutes
amazing.
bet.
I don't have
I'm
him.
sure there's
Those
a
sort
minutes
of bets
bet.
you have to do on the day because then they add shit. Like you're not going to find that sort of thing like 2 days before the match, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I picked these, I think, yesterday. Yeah, I'm trying to remember back yesterday. And even then, some of these you're lucky to even get like being able to do the parlay. I do put together, but is what it is.
Let's see, Aston Villa, guys. Aston Villa has been struggling lately for some reason, even though they've been banging in goals. So let's go Aston Villa at home against Leicester City. Should Aston Villa just be able to take them down?
2-1
Villa. Win.
Oh, nice. 2-1 Villa. Me too, David.
I don't know who Aston Villa is. I can't figure them out. I look at the table. I look at the matches they played. They're up and down.
It's that one.
I'll tell you, Aston Villa. They're a team that should be in the Premier League, yet happen to be in the Champions
League. If there's this is going to be. I mean, how I'll describe it, it won't be a surprise, but this will be a surprise. It's Leicester taking an early lead and parking the bus, and Villa just. You can see that happening, right?
Yeah,
see them getting an early
Mark,
goal.
You got it. They've been under impressive this whole first.
Yeah, Villa has been so drab.
Yep,
I agree, to put it in a word, and then like Leicester, every once in a while they pull off a surprise. They had not a lot this season, but I think they'll pull off a surprise here and beat Villa. I mean, look, this Villa, they beat City, but then they turn around and lost to. But they turned around and lose to that was pretty awful.
Did I lose Bournemouth at one point?
Bournemouth's not terrible.
No, they lost to.
Basically, it sounds
like they drew with Crystal Palace.
Villa are a team that are in the Champions League but don't have the squad to cope with the Champions League matches, followed by the Premier League matches.
That's a good point, though, Mr. Tom. Though, with a lot of these teams, can you handle both? And that is, you have to have a deep bench and depth, and that usually shows you the real quality team. So, Mr. Tom, good shout.
I could be, thank you very much. I could be wrong here, but I get the feeling you will not find a lot of wins for Aston Villa on weeks where they've just come off the Champions League match. I could be entirely wrong, and it's the opposite, but I don't think it will be.
And Watkins has not been on form. Honestly, he's not been on form there. Is it Duran coming in there, pressing him? You think competition would do that?
No. He was bad before that.
Watkins has struggled lately.
Yeah. However, I am taking Villa 2-0 over Leicester. I think they slowly. It's not a completely dominant performance, but it's like a slow 1-0 in first half. They get another goal in the second half. Leicester just can't do fucking shit against them. They need to knowing Unai Emery, he needs to lock it down this week. The clean sheet is as important as the win this week because they've been leaking goals. So
I think Ollie Watkins has scored 2 goals in this game because Duran.
Really?
I think Duran's got that suspension against Newcastle, didn't he? When he put his studs down the player's back against Newcastle. Yeah, so he's still doing a ban. So I think Ollie Watkins will most probably come in and score a couple of goals. I feel he's sort of under threatened by Duran. Because don't get me wrong, Duran's come in, he's played well, he's scored incredible goals as well. And I think Watkins is sort of like, he's panicking, he's worrying now because he's looking over his shoulder and Duran's right there, which is obviously, he's getting the first team, he's getting the nod to play in the first team.
Yeah.
And then Watkins is just, I don't know, what is Watkins now? Is he like an impact sub that he can most probably come off the bench and change a game if Villa was losing? I don't know. But
he's a player I wish Leeds had bought 4 years ago.
It's a sad state, and if that's the case, because he's supposed to be the premier guy. He's on the England club, starting sometimes, but he's off the bench there too. So I just think, I don't know if it's like you're hitting it on there, Ant.
I'd love him at Arsenal.
I agree. Yeah, but he's another person you got to feed him, like Holland. He's struggling right now, but nobody's feeding him into the middle.
He tracks back. He tracks back, and he's a hold up player as well. So, and he's big enough. Like I don't know. I feel like.
But you know, he's a free agent as of 3 days ago. You can all make offers to the camp and the ownership or the management of Junior Firpo if you want.
We can't afford him. I actually asked the Cronkies when I was in Phoenix last week. I was like, "Hey, can we get Firpo?" And they're like, "Off the fucking table. We can't afford that guy." Balanda or
he's a top.
We can barely afford his mustache cream.
Well, his mustache is on 40 a week. What do you think the rest of him is on? Like,
and you know what they say.
No, nobody wants to know what they say.
We don't know what they say, Tom.
Nobody wants to know.
That's all right. I won't say it. It's all right. Out of respect for lesser men, I won't say it.
What? Are you talking about Michael Douglas, who said that he got throat cancer because he was going down on women too much?
Well, no, because I talk bollocks, but I don't talk lies like Michael Douglas clearly was there. When what he should have said was he got throat cancer because he was just unlucky or whatever. Is he still alive?
No, the doctors came out and said he's absolutely correct. That going down on women too much is like smoking cigarettes.
Doctor watched it happen.
Yeah, he watched it. They did studies. Well, Guillermo del Toro filmed it. So it was a little weird. There was a lot of puppets and shit.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Absolutely makes sense.
Bloody
It
hell.
was good.
I'm not going down on a woman again. Stop that then.
You're like, listen, I just picked up smoking again. I can't double this up, like.
Oh no!
Oh
Well,
my
to
god!
be honest, the last I heard
Well,
about
this
Michael
took a
Douglas
weird
was
turn.
Michael Douglas was saying that his marriage to Catherine Zeta-Jones was like a hole in one.
Yeah, he was the one always in the hole. There he goes.
As Gary will always say, never give me the wheel.
Yeah, it's a terrible.
Good night, Jimmy. Good fucking dog farting. Jesus. I could sell him to Putin. Fucking hell. Yeah. Kirk Douglas, yeah. No, his dad didn't. His dad never went down on Mama Douglas.
Oh my God! What am I walking into here? I come back and all
We're
of a
talking
sudden
about teams going down. We're talking about teams getting relegated.
That didn't sound like it, but I understand. To some extent.
All right, let's go to Bournemouth, Everton. Everybody, do we believe Everton stands a chance? Because they only play well. Pickford only plays well against big clubs. And Bournemouth and in April. Bournemouth has been racking up points left and right, and they're sitting pretty in the table right now.
Comfortable win.
I think Bournemouth win this 1-0.
Whoa, go low. That's what I got. 1-0 Bournemouth, and I think because Everton are stingy on goals, and but they can't score either too sometimes. So it's always a low scoring game. So I went with the same thing. Good shout, Lolo. You must have been reading my notes. Read my notes.
I'm seeing more out of Pickford than just big games. So I don't think they keep the clean sheet, but I think this is a 1-1 draw.
Yeah, 1-1. I'll go 1-1 mark.
That's still low. I agree with close guy, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go 1-1.
You're wrong. It's going to be 2-0 to Bournemouth, and then I'm going to brag about it on the group. No, I'm not. I'll never do that.
Yeah, you should. You really should.
Yeah. I was going to go with Mr. Tom until he said he was going to brag about it.
I did your Liverpool game 5-0. I said Liverpool to win 5-0. Salah to score. Was it an hat-trick or 4 goals? You said.
I said hat-trick, but
4 goals and Jota, and it returned me. It returned me 64-1. I think what betting app are you using?
Did you have Jota to score as well?
Jota to score as well, yeah.
Jota.
Well, let's just say I'm using one that's in Ireland.
That's like things at all. Then that's good odds than what I can get.
To be honest, they might have changed the odds because that game might not even be played because there's supposed to be a fucking snowstorm that could keep people from getting to the ground. So there's a chance. There's a chance that Liverpool Man United won't be played because of the time. It's late on Sunday.
Yeah,
and the snowstorm is up in that area.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And the pitch will be fine. People can fucking Sean Dyche will go out there in a t-shirt and shovel it, even though his team's not playing. But
that's a big act. That's to convey his brand. I still think that's the biggest load of bullshit I've ever seen. He's him standing out there and his fucking blazer off.
Yeah, but you know what, Tom? When he looks back on his career and people do like montages of him, that shot
they're gonna show
100% be.
Oh, it will end the montage. It will literally be the final shot of the montage. Well, that all the time he's talking about eating worms.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And the one time he called Patrick Bamford a something, and Patrick Bamford had to leave because Sean Dyche made me feel bad.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. Anyway, let's keep going because we're yes, it is a true story. I know what I'm talking about, Tom. I'm fucking smart. I'm good enough. I'm smart enough, and gosh darn it, people like me.
I like I said that like I said he wasn't smart. I literally said what you said was true.
Tom, we're down to like 10 minutes in the show, so that's where I'm at beer wise. Crystal Palace versus Chelsea. Let's everybody call for a Crystal Palace win, please.
That's a big
3-1
negative.
Chelsea.
0-3 Chelsea.
I think it's going to be 1-1 because Palace, all the points Palace get will tend to be in the home games. But Chelsea are obviously competent, despite the fact they've basically shit the bed
Too much
across
analysis
Christmas.
there, Mr. Tom.
Chelsea is in really poor form right now. There's something happening. Not really sure what it is, and they just recently lost Fofana. I think Crystal Palace sneaks the points here.
What?
I'm going 2-1.
There's crack
Crystal
up in the house.
Crystal Palace at home, man. They're good at home.
Chaos. I like it, Mark. Good
I'm
job.
going to mark that game. And Mark, right? I'm going to mark it from Mark.
Yeah,
I like Gary's reaction when Mark basically gives a result, which is basically one that Gary wants. He's like, yeah, good job,
Good man.
Mark, good
Mark's
job.
good.
Hey, you know what
Great
that's
man.
called, Mr. Thomas? Like the puppet master.
I'm going to go 2-0 Chelsea on this one.
Okay, that's a fair shout.
I'm more realistic.
I'm right there with Mark. Mark, I'm right there with you.
Oh,
exactly what you said. The only thing I'll add is that you said Chelsea were in such poor form right now.
They are.
Palace
Haven't
are
they
on the
lost,
opposite. Palace are on the opposite. Palace are starting to figure some shit out, and not every result is going their way, but they're starting to figure some shit out. And I think it'll be 1-0 for the longest time with Chelsea. They'll score early, and then Palace will score, and then they'll immediately score again, and it'll be 2-1 Palace. Put that in your nugget bucket.
There you go.
Put that in
good
your
man.
notes.
Another good man on this show. It's only like
Let me
two
put
people on
that.
this show
I'm gonna
that are
put
worth
Asterisk
anything.
and Lolo too on that one.
Have you
Give them
noticed that
smack
Crystal
next
Palace
year.
has started scoring more goals since they stopped playing in Nketiah?
Ooh.
Yeah, it's true. I'm glad we saw him actually.
Yeah. All right, Man City, West Ham.
7-1 Man City.
Nah.
You're probably right too. Just for being a dick, you're probably gonna end up being right because that's the way this fucking world works.
I thought he was my friend. That was wrong. I'm going for a 1-1 draw because we're still struggling.
That's
City's
the
still
Lawrence.
struggling.
There you go.
So 1-1 draw.
1-1 draw.
1-1 draw. I mean, to be fair, that's a fair shout because I mean, Man City. How many games they won out of the last 10-11 games?
Not many.
There you go.
Over the last
Really
6, they've both got 8 points. They're literally level with each other in the form table.
So you might have been better than them on Saturday, Lawrence.
Yep. I'm never try to be overdrawn. Yeah, so I think 1-1's a fair shout.
For me, if West Ham can give up 5 to Liverpool, I think Erling Haaland at home is going to score 3 of them.
4.
He scored all. He's
I'm going with not only a City win but a clean sheet and Erling Haaland to score a hat trick. And you can book it.
John,
have you seen the graphic of? Have you seen his form since he said "stay humble"?
Thank you, Mr. Tom.
It's terrible, but you know, there's
I think he has 2 goals in 12 or something like that.
Yes, it's very true.
He's got, to be fair, he's got 1
That goal last
after
week
the
is going to
graphic was
change
embedded,
his
so it's
season.
like 3 and 30.
See, that goal last week was pretty fucking amazing.
All right, Mark, you're
I
my
think
list
that
too.
wakes. I think that wakes the sleeping giant.
Oh Jesus!
I think
Christ.
4-1. I think 4-1.
Okay.
And but see, with that one, David, who's going to score? Who's scoring for?
It's just going to be one of those shitty goals that goes.
Suchek on a corner.
No, I'm telling you right now, we have some. If they start Somerville on the left, put Kudus on the right, I would like to see that, and then in the middle. That's a question. What I would like to see in my perfect world is I would put right up front there is you have Somerville on the left, then you would put Kudus on the right, and then what I would do in the middle, that's our struggles. I'd probably put Solaire in the middle to pass it around. So
Solaire, wow.
Is that
as our 10?
Solaire? Is his
I
first
forgot
name?
you had
Ombre?
him.
Yeah,
See,
Solaire,
I would maybe put Solaire on the wing so that you have someone that's going to ping passes in there, because Somerville, what I've seen, he doesn't pass. And
you have Somerville in the middle?
And
no,
what's his
Somerville
name?
not in the middle.
Out of your
Somerville
mind?
to the
No,
left.
I'm just saying, but he doesn't pass. He drives and shoots. That's what he does.
He's Martinelli of the championship.
Same thing with Kudos. You know,
Kudos.
you know, he also
Listen,
he's
I'm a lot more
press and shoot.
I'm a lot more optimistic here with West Ham. I feel like West Ham are they've been, somebody put Baby in the corner, and you don't put Baby in the corner, right? They don't have Mikel Antonio because he drove into a tree, and they don't have fucking Bowen because he's hurt or whatever. But that means the right side is open up for Kudus to go and play on his proper right side.
There
and
you go,
now
Lolo.
you have
you
you can start Somerville on the left side where he wants to be. Up front,
where
they
I've
don't have to
always
play
seen
anybody.
Somerville
They're going to
play.
play a goalkeeper or somebody. I don't know. But I'm thinking West Ham come out and play this game to the top of their ability. And you know what? End of the day, 3-0 City.
I knew he was going to say that. I was waiting for that. He was like doing that shit and talking smack. I knew it.
Lawrence, I'm
See,
about
I'm
to
giving
make
you a goal,
happy with
Lawrence.
my prediction.
Yeah.
What's that?
I might only want to give West Ham a goal.
No. No goal for West
I'm going
Ham.
to give West Ham a goal. In fact, I'm going to give them a lot of goals. I think this has got 7-7 written all over it because they're both shocking.
I'll tell you right now,
That is
City
the
will win
dumbest thing I
every
ever
single
heard.
game for the rest of the year.
It's
City
taking
will win
everything
every
I
single
have
game for
to
the rest of
shut
the year
this
and
shit
win the
off
Premier
and
League.
That's
leave.
just nonsense.
Oh, I knew Gary was going to say some shit. I ain't
7.
talked in fucking 5 months, and all of a sudden now he's going to say something.
7-7. I've been talking. I've been here. But I'm here. I'm talking.
Okay.
All right, Southampton, Brentford.
Brentford is
surprising
going to take that
Southampton
ass
win.
kicking that Arsenal gave them and take it out on Southampton.
Yeah.
No 3 Brentford.
3-0. 3-0.
Yeah, that's what I got. Yeah,
No
I got it.
3 if we're being proper.
Yep,
I'm
that's
going to
what
go
I was
1-1. I'm going to go
saying.
1-0.
Jesus Christ. Tractor
Yeah,
Man needs
honestly, I'm going to go 1-0. I feel that they're due a win or a draw, but I reckon this is a game that can.
Oh, I'm marking this one for Sunday there, buddy. Would you say
I
1-1
agree with Anthony wholeheartedly, but I think their result that they're due is not going to come against Brentford, because I think Brentford are going to, Visa's going to get a goal or something like that, and they're going to get out of there 2-1 because Southampton absolutely suck. Yet they managed to beat Leeds 3 times.
do.
So I'm biased.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
Fuck them.
Southampton is done.
yourself,
That's
Southampton.
one is
Take
done.
your
not
5
good.
points. Go fuck yourself.
They're
Sorry, what?
gone.
Wow.
If you look at the last 6 games, Brentford haven't been all that. 1-1, drawn 1, lost 4.
Away from home, they are not good. They are not good away from
I
home.
fancy a little upset there. I fancy Southampton to get a win.
What?
They can only win
Yeah.
Lego Stadium.
Dave,
I'm
your
gonna push it
prediction
out there.
said. Oh, I'm writing you down too, buddy. Because that's I cannot believe Southampton. No way.
Yeah.
No way.
I just have a feeling
Okay.
there's going to be a lot of sunshine on the south coast, I feel, this weekend. Sunshine down in Bournemouth, sunshine in Southampton, and what's the next game?
David, I'm right there with you. I'm saying 2-1 Southampton. I think Brentford come in like a little bit angry and they score their goal straight away. And then they're like, we got this. It's fucking Southampton. And they fall asleep for the second half of the game. Another second half with 2 goals given up. And they drop another 1-0 lead.
As a West Ham fan, I love that because we're going to beat Man City. They lose, we jump up the table. That's a great move.
Yeah.
All right. Brighton Arsenal. What are we thinking?
More sunshine on the south coast.
There's going to be 3 bats of sunshine on the south coast tomorrow.
It's going to be sunny. It's going to be roasting hot on the south coast.
Is that Mr. Tom or an Arsenal top there?
Yep.
Oh,
That was
shit.
Mr. Tom.
Oh no!
All right, I'll let you know. I'm going
like you,
2.
Mr.
I'm
Herbert.
going 2-1 Arsenal. 2-1 Arsenal. We wish we could keep a clean sheet, but we're not going to
Okay.
do it. We got Jurrien Timber out. We're gonna probably put Calafiori on the other side and bring in Lewis Skelly on the left. It'll be all right, but we're gonna give up a goal. But Arsenal will be able to, in the end, 3 points for the Arsenal.
Can I shock you with my pick for Brighton?
Nope. Shut up.
I've got a feeling that it's going to be a great afternoon for one of those teams.
Good.
And
Moving
that
on,
team will
Fulham.
not be named Arsenal.
God damn it.
In all seriousness, I've got to say 3-1 to the Arsenal.
Yeah, I got 2-1 Arsenal. I think Lolo's stealing my picks. But, yeah.
How am I stealing your picks, Lawrence? I'm right there on. I'm over your shoulder.
John, can you please do your thing again and show me the Arsenal so they sure that I had that predicted?
I'm just going to go with 3. I think there's some goals to be had here. Arsenal 3, Brighton 2. I tell you.
Did you notice John just fucking rejected Lawrence? It was like, I'm not going to make you full screen. I'm going to kick your ass out.
I accidentally did that. I didn't mean to do that, Lawrence.
Oh,
yeah, and I think Arsenal's winning goal is scored in like the 90-plus minute.
No,
kind of
I don't want the no.
Kind of a classic Arsenal win.
No, I bet you want that.
Where it's like,
yeah. Arsenal 3-0 for me. There you go, Lawrence. Put up your whatever that is. What is that?
What are we looking at?
What are those numbers
We're
on the
looking
right?
at Arsenal 2-1. I know it might be backwards there. 2-1, and these are. I also do in another league. We do how many penalties, how many cards, shots on goals, and corners. So I have this for another league.
Jesus Christ!
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
we do a prediction. Yeah, but thank you. But Lolo, that's where you stole my notes. So thank you. You're welcome.
All right. All right, Fulham Ipswich. What are we thinking? Does Ipswich? Did everybody do Arsenal?
Yeah.
2-1. 2-1 Arsenal.
Yeah,
I'm definitely going for an Arsenal win in all seriousness.
Looks like everybody is saying Brighton is going to score, but Welbeck isn't playing. So
I
who's
said
gonna
3-0, so I didn't say that. So not everybody.
Lamptey scored
Well,
last
Gary,
time.
we told you earlier you don't count.
Oh.
Sorry about that, Gary. Let's see. What are we doing? Brighton, Arsenal?
No,
we
Fulham,
already
Fulham,
did.
Ipswich.
Flipswich.
2-1 Fulham. 2-1 Fulham.
Yep. Damn, Tractor Man. I
think Ipswich is going to coming in on a high, man. It's not going to be like that. I'm going to Desmond. High scoring, go both ways.
Okay. I got 2-1 Fulham.
I'll go Fulham. Fulham 2-0.
8-0 to Fulham.
I have no idea.
You're always saying Ipswich is going to win.
Wait,
That's true, I do. Ipswich are going to run the table, actually, now you say that, Lolo. They're actually going to win every remaining game.
Yes, got him.
How many points would that put them on if they actually won their
I like that.
game? I can't be bothered to do the maths of it, but in all seriousness, it's going to be 8-0 to Ipswich.
Rosie got 2-0.
You should have put that in your bets, Tom. You should have done that on your bet. You should have actually, when I wanted you to see a bet, you should have done it in your Paul Bearer impression. Well, this bet.
Exactly.
Ipswich riding high on beating Chelsea, but they're not at home. So Fulham is a pretty solid squad, and they've got a lot of contributors. I'll go 3-1 Fulham. I think Delop gets one. and it's probably
I like him a
early.
lot. I want him at West Ham. I
He's
rate
a
him a
good.
lot.
He
I
won't
like
be there
him.
next year, will he?
No, he
No,
won't.
he won't.
Somebody's
No,
gonna
he
pick
won't.
him up quick, David.
He's good. Yeah, I got 2-1 Fulham on that one. All right, Liverpool, Man United. Tom, we are all wondering what you think this will be because we have no idea.
I thought about it for a while, and I did have to consult many betting guides and people's opinions. I went through Football Zeitgeist on Twitter, and I got loads of people's opinions, and I've come to the decision that I think Liverpool are going to score 5 goals, and Man United are going to get fuck all.
I got 3-1, and for Ann, I gave 1 point for Fuzzy because besides that, I thought they were going to be goosed.
In football, guys, there are winners and there are losers, and currently it's quite obvious who the winners and losers are going to be in that particular football match.
Somebody talking smack. Who was that? Bring that back.
I'm going with the Desmond.
Oh my god!
No.
Just watch. Just wait. I'll send you guys in the group chat. I'll
Here
send
comes
you
Zebras again.
my list, and you can parlay it for 1 penny. And when you pull back your like $38 that you won off of that 1 penny, you'll be like, "All right, Lolo knew what he was talking about."
I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to see
Desmond,
what 2-2.
it's not done yet. You don't know who Wolves Forest is going to be yet. You don't know my bet.
Oh no, Wolves are going to win that. I've picked Wolves to win that
but
in the
my
upset pick
parlay right now is
I don't
Spurs
care about your
Newcastle.
parlay.
Well,
What's your
that's what-
parlay?
I'll tell you at the end. Here we go. Wolves Forest. What do we think here? No Cunha.
I don't think it matters without. I don't think that's a position that they can live without. But I mean, obviously, Nottingham Forest has been playing out of their heads. Wolves have a nice little. Wolves have a Cunha, Mateus Cunha. He's suspended.
Oh my god! Will Ray allow me to change my pick, Gary? I don't know the rules of the upset pick challenge.
So, despite the Nottingham Forest playing well, being like what 3rd or 4th in the table, I don't even know.
3rd.
But I will say this is that I think the manager bounce continues. The last time these two played was 1-1. It was a 1-1 draw, and it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be a 1-1
Gary
draw.
awake?
Gary doesn't like to look into his camera. He's kind of like he's kind of like camera autistic. His head's always down.
Can Gary like hold a newspaper up so he can check that he's actually currently alive?
I actually would like to have him get like a little cardboard cut out of a fence and just hold it right there.
We'll see.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly, John.
Man United 2-2 is actually 14-1 right now. So that would
What
be
is it?
quite
Do it.
good to pay out.
Good payout.
I got 1-3 Forest on that one.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm going to go.
Forest
the
is
Forest
a
win,
team that
I'm afraid.
Forest is a team to reckon with. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
David.
I got to go Forest as well. I went 2-0 in my predictions. So
I think Wolves will win. I think Wolves will score. So
Yeah.
2-1 or 3-1. Not sure which.
Yeah.
I think they're losers.
Deborah has Hechan to score too, and I'll tell you, Deborah, if that's the case, will you just yell? That's number Huang every time he scores.
That's number one.
That's mine.
Number
I came up with that.
No way.
And you just yell out, "That's number Huang." And you say, if you
Number
want to say it in
one's
that
my
voice,
favorite
where it's
joke.
like,
That's my Wang.
"That's number Huang."
My
Use that
favourite
as-
bit of that show, Mark, is when they actually do the segment where they basically then advertise the number one board game.
The board game.
The board game is
When he
pretty
looks
awesome.
it up in the thing and he goes, "That's number one."
Isn't that the rule book like this thick?
The host is bursting.
Yeah, it's
out.
like
He goes,
it's like
it's time to play number one.
It's a tome. Okay, my bet, just to let you guys know, Wolves, Nottingham Forest. 0-0.
What?
0-0. Just watch. I'm telling you, place my parlay. You're gonna make some money. All right.
All right. Well, you
Should
post
write
that on the
down
happy hour.
So I can joke when if you're wrong.
Well, no, 0-0. Watch, because Wolves are gonna play the best game they've played in forever. But Nottingham Forest are a very good side, and they will both be defensive. And it's gonna be 0-0. Just watch.
Okay.
Which means there will be a goal in the first minute.
That's it. Yeah,
So
definitely
you should
the first
play
5.
0-0.
I'm going to put a bet on for the
first goal
first
in
5.
5 minutes. Yeah, first 5. Yeah.
I was going to say to Lawrence, it's a shame West Ham's not playing on Monday nights because they've been putting out results on Monday nights, haven't they, Lawrence? West Ham.
That is our lucky time, but tomorrow morning is going to be our time to whoop some Man City ass. But you are correct there.
What?
Man.
What?
Sorry,
what?
Get this old man to sleep, people.
Get
He's
Lawrence
tired.
tested.
I think he's delirious. Isn't it well past your bed? You're supposed to be in bed at 6.
Lawrence,
Come on, old man. It's time to go to bed now.
He's sacking off men.
Hey, Gary, I'm waiting
Sucking
for
off
my
men.
nurse
He's
to come
whooping
in.
asses.
I'm waiting for my nurse to come and give me my
I
bath.
bet you are. It's bath time, right?
Did you have
Sponge
a shandy
bath.
or something before the show?
I'm sorry, say it again, Tom, in English.
Do you have a shandy or something before the show?
What is a Sandy? I don't know what that is.
It's a warning to
Shandy.
kids. Just say no.
Shandy, not a sandy. A shandy.
I don't know what either of them are.
Beer plus lemonade.
No, I had beer prior to this, yes, but
Yeah, no, you need to. No more for you, old man.
no.
No more. You're cut off.
Well, guys, this has been a great fun show. I've had a lot of fun. I don't know about you guys, but it's been a lot of fun for us. We put the link in the comments section down here, this StreamYard link. If you want to join us backstage for a quick few, come on back, show us your face, talk to us, talk some smack, and we'll be backstage for a little bit talking some shit. Otherwise, it was fantastic talking to you all. Thank you, everybody, for being in the comments section. Thank you, Mark, David, Mr. Tom, Anthony, Gary, Lawrence, everybody who has been on the show today. This has been awesome. Director John, of course, the best. So just remember, if you want to join us backstage, join up quick. Come on, click the link, because we only have room for a certain amount of people. And right now there's like 80 million of us on here. So anyway, guys. Oh yeah. Sorry, I forgot.
Tomorrow.
Gary, Tom, where are you guys going to be next?
We're gonna be on the road trip. Check us out. Match day. Talking about all the football that's going on, and then then I'll see you guys on
as well.
the what?
Leeds will be on the road trip.
Leeds will be on the road trip. Perfect. We'll do a watch
You'll be
along for
watching
Leeds.
I'll be watching you watch Leeds.
All right, there you go, people. So you can catch my commentary. As Leeds tries to maintain their lead atop the table, or maybe even extend it if things happen in their favor later, around them. So there you go.
Beautiful. It'd be beautiful. I'd love that, Gary.
There you go.
Pardon my
There you
language. I fucking love that, Gary. Also, on Sunday, no matter what happens, well, let's be fair, I need goals tomorrow because I need something to fucking talk about on Sunday night at 9. I was talking about that. I was sitting there during that Leeds Blackburn game. Sorry, because Gary actually spent the Leeds time lecturing me about my own football team. So my opinion on it is quite simply that it was like watching a pot boil, where basically I'm watching the thing because I didn't have it on TV. Obviously, I was working, and it was like 0-0 time. And then I went off to kick someone out of my shop, and I came back, and it was fucking 1-1. I was like, "What the fuck happened?" it was like waiting for a bus. It was like nothing come along, and then 2 motherfucking goals came along at once. But genuinely true. Other than that, I can't buy. I'll find something to stick up on the screen.
I only thought that happened in the UK with 2 buses turn up at once, but obviously not.
It's the way it goes.
It gets controversial if you then go, women are like buses.
Oh well.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't get it.
Come along and then.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, we got the point, Mr. Tom. Thank you for the.
Oh
Well, no,
God.
it gets even worse if you then follow up by going, no, those women are like buses.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Anthony, you got a show coming up as
I
well.
love women.
Yeah,
Well, some of them. Some of them.
We've got a show coming up on Sunday. Obviously it's called the Sunday Night Takeaway. That's with Tony with Early Doors, and then I'm going to be on his show on Wednesday as well. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. It's called. Lawrence, he's always in the chat. He's always watching the show, and he enjoys me ripping the piss out of a West Ham fan and a Man United fan. So
Yeah, but and they have it's a great show that they have on Sundays and Wednesdays, and it's a great thing. He's an Arsenal fan. He's got Fuzzy, who's a Man U fan, and then Tony, who's a West Ham fan. So great banter, all fun, kind of like this different teams come together. So all respect. It's a good channel.
Yeah.
All right. Check it out. Now that you're in the chat with us, send us all your graphics and your logos and shit, and we'll put them on here so we can pop them up.
For
Oh, and Lawrence,
$10.
you've actually gone above me on the fantasy football league. I can't believe it.
Yes, I'm moving quick there, buddy. You see that?
You are. Yeah, you're 4 points above me by 3 places, and I've given you so much shit this season, saying keep looking up, and now I'm looking up.
Theory, Scooby. It's fucking obvious.
Yeah.
Like he's fucking cracked the fucking code of being out on the ball.
All right. Thank you all so much. Much love. We'll see you next week. I hope not all your teams lose. I hope I hope all your teams win. You guys who are here tonight. Good night, everybody. Thank y'all for joining us.
These guys.